Hey friends! Today we're going to dive into a business drama that's even more thrilling than a Hollywood blockbuster. This story is about a man, a highly anticipated company, and a paycheck that could be worth, well, maybe $1 trillion. You heard that right. That's 12 zeros. This is the pay war currently unfolding between Elon Musk and Tesla. So, what exactly is going on? Why is one salary package causing such a huge uproar? Imagine you're a shareholder, and with a few managers who form the board of directors, you've opened a small burger joint. You hire a brilliant chef named Elon. You tell Elon, "Buddy, we don't have the money to pay you a salary right now, but let's make a bet. If you can turn this little hole in the wall into a global super burger empire with a market value of $650 billion, we'll give you a huge chunk of the company's shares." At the time, everyone thought this was a pipe dream. Completely impossible. But what happened? A few years later, Elon actually did it. The burger joint, which is Tesla, became one of the most powerful companies in the world. But just as Elon was about to cash in on his massive $560 billion bonus, a judge, specifically a Delaware judge, suddenly stepped in and said, "No, this contract is invalid." "Why invalid?" the judge said. "You managers, the board of directors, didn't even negotiate with him. You have his brother and his good friends on the board. This isn't negotiation, this is cooperation, just trying to keep him happy. And when you voted with the other shareholders, you didn't tell the truth. You didn't inform everyone that your internal predictions showed some early targets were actually quite easy to achieve." This made Elon furious. His $560 billion, which was practically in his grasp, just flew away. Even worse, to buy the Twitter next door, which is the social platform X, Elon sold a lot of his burger joint shares. His ownership percentage dropped from 22% to 13%. So this genius chef, Elon, publicly threw in the towel. He said, "I've recently been developing a revolutionary AI smart burger, which involves artificial intelligence and robotics. But my current shareholding is too small, and I feel uneasy that you shareholders might kick me out or give bad directions. Unless you give me 25% voting control, otherwise, I'd rather go develop my new burger elsewhere." When he said this, the managers, the board of directors, were terrified. This sounded like he was going to start his own thing. So they quickly came up with a new, even crazier plan, which is today's main topic, the 2025 Mars project. "Elon, don't go! Let's make another bet. As long as you can grow the burger joint to a market value of $8.5 trillion and build 1 million robot burger machines, which are Optimus robots, we'll give you a big bonus worth up to $1 trillion. And we know you're anxious about control, so you can wait 10 years to get the money. But the voting rights, as soon as you achieve the goal, we'll give them to you immediately." All right, friends, this absurd burger story is the real thing happening at Tesla right now. From the courtroom to $1 trillion gamble. What exactly happened? Let's first look at Act 1, the judicial demise of the 2018 plan. The plan Musk received in 2018 was indeed high risk, high reward. He took no base salary, relying entirely on performance, and he did achieve all the incredible goals. But Delaware Judge McCormick invalidated it in January 2024. The court judgment was based on, first, Musk was a controlling shareholder. The judge believed that although Musk owned less than half the shares, about 22% at the time, his status as a superstar CEO and in his close relationship with the board, which included his brother, effectively gave him control over the board. Second, the standard of review was elevated. Once deemed a controlling shareholder, the transaction had to undergo the most stringent entire fairness review. Third, Tesla failed the test. The court ruled that the approval process was unfair because the board didn't negotiate and the price. Was also unfair. The board couldn't prove that so much money was necessary to retain Musk. The Tesla board later tried to get shareholders to revote to ratify the plan, but the judge rejected it again in December 2024, stating that a decided matter cannot be overturned by creating new facts, meaning another vote. Next is Act 2, the 2025 Mars project. Takes the stage after the 2018 plan was completely out of the picture. The board unveiled this even more explosive new plan in September 2025. What are the key differences between this new plan and the old one? First, the tool has changed. Previously, it was stock options. Now it's restricted stock. Second, the goals have changed. Previously, it was about making money, meaning revenue and EBITDA. Now it's about changing the world. The market capitalization needs to reach $8.5 trillion, and they need to produce 1 million Optimus robots, 1 million robot taxis, and have 10 million FSD or full self-driving subscribers. This essentially forces the market to acknowledge that Tesla is not a car company, but an AI and robotics company. Then there's the super retention clause. Even if Musk achieves the goals, the stock will only vest, meaning he'll receive it in batches over the next 7.5 to 10 years, provided he's still with the company. The most crucial clause is earned equals vote. As soon as the performance targets are met, Musk will immediately gain voting rights for the corresponding earned shares long before the actual vesting date of these shares. Then comes Act 3, Musk's open strategy. For 25% control. This earned equals vote design is intended to address Musk's power anxiety. He sold shares to buy Twitter, causing his ownership percentage to drop to 13%. He then publicly threatened the board, saying that without 25% voting rights, he felt uneasy and would even prefer to develop products outside of Tesla. This terrified the board. It essentially implied that Tesla's most valuable AI and robotics projects might be taken by Musk to one of his other companies, such as xAI. So this new compensation plan is a two birds of one stone strategy. First, it uses a 10-year vesting period, the super retention clause, to appease shareholders, showing that they've tied them down. Second, it uses the earned equals vote clause to appease Musk, showing that he can immediately regain 25% control. Next is Act 4, the priest love field fake. Great rebellion of investors. Do you think this is a good idea? Many big money investors don't think so. Rebellion is gathering first a fierce attack from influential proxy advisors. The two most influential proxy advisory firms, ISS and Glass Lewis, have both publicly recommended that shareholders vote no. The ISS report directly stated that the scale of this plan is astronomical, would severely dilute existing shareholders' equity, and cannot guarantee that Musk will focus on Tesla, given that he's simultaneously managing SpaceX, xAI, and Neuralink. Second, a united front of institutional investors. This includes treasurers from several states, including New York and Nevada, who manage huge pension funds, and they have also united in opposition. The New York State Comptroller directly fired a shot. Musk's current substantial holdings haven't kept him focused. Now Tesla proposes to reward his distraction again. Then comes Act 5, the board's faith defense. Facing the barrage, the Tesla board also went all out, directly rebutting ISS on social media, saying their analysis was out of touch with reality. The board's defense logic can be called a new kind of faith. First, all or nothing. They repeatedly emphasize that if Musk doesn't deliver results, he will get nothing. This is the ultimate alignment of interests. Second, irreplaceable visionary. The board insisted that Musk is not an ordinary CEO. He is the company's core driving force for innovation. A board member said, "Many people come to Tesla just to work with Elon." Third, the disruptive Musk paradigm. Behind this is a new governance philosophy, which we can call the visionary as model. In this model, the board's primary task is no longer to supervise and check the CEO, but to serve this genius CEO, ensuring he stays and remains focused, thereby creating maximum value for shareholders. The final battle, a choice between $2 trillion. Friends, this drama is about to reach its climax at the shareholder meeting on November 6th. Shareholders face a terrible paradox. Scenario A, the plan is approved. In the short term, the stock price might rise. This is because the market's biggest uncertainty, the risk of Musk leaving, is resolved. In the long term, new shareholder lawsuits are almost certain to follow, and the Musk paradigm will be formally established, which could change the future of corporate governance in the United States. Scenario B, the plan is rejected. In the short term, the stock price might crash. Analysts predict this would deliver a heavy blow to the market. In the long term, this is the most terrifying scenario. How will Musk react? Will he make good on his threat and take the best AI projects with him? If so, Tesla's valuation logic might revert from an AI tech company to a traditional car manufacturer, which would be disastrous. Do you see? The essence of this vote is no longer whether a compensation plan is reasonable or not. This is a referendum on faith. If you believe in traditional corporate governance principles, that the board must be independent, the CEO must be supervised, and compensation must be reasonable, then you should vote no. But if you believe that Tesla's entire value hinges on Musk's individual vision and execution, then voting no is tantamount to suicide. Shareholders are forced to choose between bad governance and a potentially worse future. This is the ultimate manifestation of key person risk. This trillion-dollar confrontation is not just about money, it's about how we should choose between genius and system. What do you think? If you were a Tesla shareholder, how would you vote?